Slow. They vibe to the Kross TV Network. That's Kross with a K. How y'all doing, man? Salute to all of y'all. You know, today National Weed Day, man. So, pardon me for all those that I might seem a little politically incorrect by blowing it down and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, I'm doing what it's doing. It's natural weed. You know what I'm saying? It's National Weed Day, man. So, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Hit them likes. Yo, ah, Felicia Cortez, hello, how you doing, sis? I'm always appreciated to see you there. Henry 44625, what up, bro? Yeah, Felicia, man, I'm proud. I'm happy to see that you're here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for always being a loyal supporter, holding me down from the beginning. Appreciate you. Same thing with Henry 4625 and a few other one of y'all I see. That's right, happy 4K, never no doubt. Yo, quickly, right? I wanted to touch on the topic about East Coast, West Coast. In a sense, I know I already did it, but I'm talking about in a sense to a lot of people don't know is that I was on that video with Kev Mac, Killer Kev, Rum and all of them. Shout out to Kev Mac, Killer Kev, Red Rum. We know Red Rum was on there because when Red Rum came to New York, me and him got to chop it up. We used to together in the same, in the park over there in the Bronx and all that. You know what I mean? So that video could be found, Brooklyn Flavor 718, hold up, sis. That could be found in on Kev Mac, Mac being MAC. You go on his joint, you're gonna see a video with Killer Kevin on it. My name ain't on the caption only because I was resting when Info Minds had called me and to let me know that they was going live. I was resting, so when I woke up and I seen that they already had started and they was still live, then that, that's what made me just jump on. You know what I'm saying? From what I saw overall, after I got to watch back or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They wanted to know about, the East Coast. I be telling a lot of people, man, that I appreciate you, OG Gold. He said I did good, you know what I'm saying? I stood for the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Over a stack, boy, slow. What's up? You got something to say? Hannibal, yeah, you know who that was. Hannibal knew who that was. But yeah, basically, man, inside, all right, I first started my talk about, the situation that was going on. I was talking about on the aspect of the things that I heard Kev Mac say. First and foremost, shout out to Kev Mac, shout out to the West Coast. It ain't no East Coast, West Coast, you know what I'm saying? It's all about unity, man. We all got the same color skin going through the same situations, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, I definitely like the fact that we had the opportunity, and for Minds had the, brought us all together so we could sit down and talk, because a lot of people don't understand what was going on or what transpired or whatever have you know what I'm saying? So I felt I needed to get up on there and represent us right, because, Kev really wasn't answering the question right. He said it in his own words, in his own video, so I'm not backbiting him, nothing like that. But Kev Mac had made a statement, and he said that he found it laughable because we used to, make fun of Blood and Crip, color banging and stuff like that, based on our lack of understanding of what they was going through and what was going on over there. At that time, the time he talking about the 80s and everything, going into the 90s and everything, man, at that time right there was a situation when, East Coast and West Coast first rap beef, official rap beef started. That rap beef being Mob Style with AZ, Gangsta Lou and all them, right? And NWA and them also had a group called Mob Style. You know what I'm saying? They also had a group called Mob Style. So they was beefing. NWA was going at Mob Style, that was Outpour them click, AZ and, Gangsta Lou and them click. And then a dude from the Bronx around my way named Tim Dog jumped in. You know, he came out with a song, Fuck Compton or whatever have you, stuff, situations like that. So at that time, NWA was just introducing Bloods and Crips to the world. People that haven't been out there didn't know what was going on in LA. Just like if you didn't see certain documentaries and everything over here, you didn't know what was going on over here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was getting at, was that y'all, they didn't have a clue on what was going on over here. They just heard, oh, this was going on and that was going on. They didn't know why or how. And many people that wanted to yeah, Colors was out in about 88 and everything, but you know, NWA, because everybody wasn't watching Colors or nothing like that, man. So if you listen to certain type of music, that's how the hood started getting their message out. Because that's a known fact that a lot of West Coast acts, you know what I'm saying, the majority of them, especially in that era, came from the branch or tree of NWA in some form or fashion, because NWA broke off in so many ways. You know, Eazy-E went and did his thing and discovered Bone Thugs and Harmony and did his thing. You know, Dre went his thing, and then Snoop and RBX and the Dog Pound, Corrupt and all that came about. You know, people that follow show, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole different dynamics, but majority of people come from this, you know, come from that time. So what he was talking about, I definitely understood what he was saying and everything. You know, yeah, he's saying Bronx River. Yeah, Tim Dog, I know him, he's really from Webster, but yeah, he's definitely from the Bronx though. But that was the situation. But to discuss and argue about the origin of Damu itself, I think that within itself is ignorant in an aspect of what is anyone gaining from it. Everybody understands and know, whether somebody said it or not, that Blood as we know it, Crip as we know it, and understand it to be today with the flags and everything started in LA. So I don't know what's the whole concept or what's so important, what's the importance of that. But gangs was all over, you know what I'm saying? Chicago had gangs forever. New York had gangs forever. You know, in Africa, we didn't call ourselves gangs, but we had different tribes and everything like that. So this is something that was going on for the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? But however, on some real shit though, you know, I also recognize that, you know, once upon a time here, even on the East Coast, you know, during the Eastern Seaboard, whether they are part of the East Coast or not, or they just part of the Eastern Seaboard, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out here that's not right. They you know, getting hoods from New York, and they not right and whatever. And a lot of New York people might feel, well, these dudes is this, and these dudes is fake, and these dudes is that, and these dudes is that. So with that being said, I could understand how the West would feel, because it's like, damn, you know, we never chopped it up with y'all. You know, we not sitting here saying that y'all phony, because it's real and everything everywhere. And at the end of the day, whether you real or fake, it only takes the trigger to kill somebody. So you don't have to be real or fake. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, the point is that, you know, I wanted to like bridge the gap, create a bridge, create some type of dialogues, create something to where is that, you know, we could understand each other and we can stop the BS. Because when you look at a lot of comments and everything and stuff like that, a lot of people pick sides, a lot of people's in their feelings, granted, you know, but for the sake of the, for the betterment, you know, the kids and everything watch and so forth and so on, things like that, man, you know, systematically, we got to break the hatred that's being thrown upon us by our own people. Because when you look at it through history, you know, when that thing happened to George Jackson over there in the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a fact. And, you know, that happened over there in California on the West Coast. But here it is, but here it is in New York, the Attica riots blazed up. That was the deadliest riot in prison riot in United States history. You understand what I'm saying? And that was something that it was ignited, and we didn't look over here. They didn't look at it as, oh, these them West Coast dudes, or these dudes, or these dudes. You know what I'm saying? You know, when Dr. Dre had his little issues with his colleagues and everything like that or whatever. He came over here to New York. We embraced him with open arms. When Ice Cube left NWA and was beefing with NWA and everything like that and had his issues on the West Coast and everything, he came over here to New York. He came over here to New York and started the lynch mob. We embraced him with open arms. You understand what I'm saying? So I also expressed that inside that comment. You know what I'm saying? I also made a statement, and I said I would look into this book, right? And I told him that it was a situation where it was an organization that used the Blood moniker here in New York before Blood and Crip even began. So what I'm gonna show y'all is the book what I'm about to read from, so y'all can see it for yourself. This is the book right here, the Encyclopedia of Black America. Y'all see the book, right? Now I'm gonna read this right here. I'm gonna read this right here, right? I'm gonna read this little section right here, right? It says, the All-Race Assembly held in November 1923 ended in the organization of the African Blood Brotherhood, designed as a fraternity of Negro peoples. Headquartered in New York City, it asserted as its major objective the rights and legitimate aspirations of Negro workers against exploitation. Specific aims of the organization were: 1, a liberated race in the United States; 2, absolute racial equality; 3, fostering of racial self-respect; 4, organized and uncompromised opposition to the Ku Klux Klan; and 5, a united Negro front; 6, industrial development; 7, higher wages for Negro labor; 8, education; and 9, cooperation with other black races and with open conscious white workers. Now, I seen a comment, somebody said that was different, or that wasn't this, or that wasn't that. The point of me stating that, first of all, I made a comment during that live, and I said that, you know what I'm saying, it was organizations that was using the moniker Blood way before the West Coast Blood and Crip even started. My understanding of the Blood depiction came from was the fact that, one, people that came back from the Vietnam War, that's how they used to address each other. See how today when people say, yo, look at this nigga right here, look at this dude right here, or this dude, or this guy, or whatever. See that terminology? Back then, the slang was blood, young blood. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they was calling each other during the Vietnam War. So that was my understanding of where the moniker of Damu, where they adapted, came from, or so I assume, perhaps. You understand what I'm saying? So, we could sit here and talk about hip hop. We all know for a fact that hip hop started in New York City. You understand what I'm saying? But all over the world has a different expression of it. Does it make it wrong? So what you saying? Yo, Bo Hound, salute, bro. Love you, man. Salute, King. Yo, get in contact with me, Bo. You know what I'm saying? Now, so is Southern rap fake? Or is it not good? Is it laughable because it didn't start in LA, but they got their own sound with G-Funk and everything like that? You understand what I'm saying? So what's the importance of that? Because when I deal with some individual, I deal with an individual based on his conduct and stuff like that. You don't understand what I'm saying? Well, somebody said you act like y'all copying the Panthers. On the East Coast, in the lessons and everything that I was taught, that Bloods and Crips was the bastard childs of the Panthers. And what I mean by the bastard childs of the Panthers was the fact that rap. See, somebody said gangster rap started on the West Coast, and that's not true. Cause Steady B or whoever that dot is from Philadelphia that's locked up on death row. He been locked up on death row forever. He the one who started gangster rap. Google that. That's a whole fact. Google that. That's a whole fact. But not getting off topic, they saying that, yeah, Scooney, yes, Spoonie G, yeah, he the one who started. But anyway, made me lose my train of thought for 1 second. You know what I'm saying? But Coogee Rap definitely made it more popular. He glamorized it a little more. He had a little more of a bigger stage. Yo, losing for a slow hat. What up, man? So, the point what I'm making is, because I keep, I'm keep coming in and out of conversations and I'm losing my thought and I'm getting further away from it. I don't want to lose it completely. But the point what I'm getting is that, everybody have their own ways of doing things. You know what I'm saying? Even before gangs and all that was about, even our slang, we talk different. When we talk, we sound different. Throughout, you know what I'm saying, through our slur and everything, we have these different accents. We sound different. We like different cars. We like different styles. We wear different clothes. All that has been different. You understand what I'm saying? But this is the thing on what we got to be mindful of. We can't be so focused on the things that we got so much difference of and focus more on what we got in common about, what we got more things that, you know what I'm saying, we agree on. And use that as a foundation to build, not the other way around. Because if you building on a foundation based on comparisons and certain type of ignorances and everything, then the foundation for that build from there on is going to be shaky. It's going to be on shaky grounds and everything. You know what I'm saying? Cephalo slope. So I'm saying, so at the end of the day, we got to just focus on, and everybody that be tuning in got to be more focused on, the things that we have in common, the things that we have more in common with each other. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't know where a lot of the animosity came in. A lot of animosities started coming in the 80s and all that. That was because of that Tim Dog NWA mob style beef. Some people choose sides, you know what I'm saying? Then, they came out with New York, and Snoop came through and kicked the buildings, and then, and then Mobb Deep made LA. You know what I'm saying? So that was the beginning of that. And then the situation with Pop, only fueled that even more and took it to a whole nother level. So, you know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, man, me personally, I felt like this, man. If I was them, some of them, I would probably feel the same way to a certain extent until I know the truth on what it was that, that we started this and why we moving and did what we did, as opposed to, blindly doing it and everything. And, there's a lot of dudes out there on the West Coast that I've heard about through my lessons, whether they was correct or incorrect, that sparked their people of interest and somebody that I wanted to holler at. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people were saying, they appreciate it and they respect, and they, I was a good addition to the conversation. Because Kev, is not really a orator. I'm not saying that I'm better than him or I'm an orator more, but, I can get certain points across a little bit more articulate, a little bit more clearer than he can. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's what I did that night. So, a lot of people definitely was telling me that, and I appreciate all those that was tuning in and everybody that was, took the time out to give me that compliment, you know what I mean? Because when you think about it, there's really no difference between us, but like I said, some people were saying that people act like we came from the Panthers. We are the bastard childs of the Panthers. And I say that because when you think about the Panthers, you think about a lot of gangbangers and everything that became more political. You understand what I'm saying? You had Ron Karinga was a gladiator. Ron Karinga was a gladiator. Gladiators, Slawsons, the farmers and all that, from my understanding, was gangs, the bishops and all that. Brims, they was gangs and everything before Blood and Crip came about. Some hoods turned Blood or Crip, or some people, they ended up fading out and becoming different things. from my understanding, Bunchy Carter, who was the head of the LA chapter of the Black Panthers, he was an ex-Slauson, a gangster. You understand what I'm saying? Ice-T grew up in LA, but yeah, he from Jersey originally. That's a fact. There's a lot of people that's from different places that claim different, different places that, from where they from now. But it was interesting comment because I definitely loved the energy that Kev Mac and them was getting on. And I seen how they was really paying attention and, clinging on to everything I said. They was really paying attention. And I told Kev Mac that one of the people of interest that I want to meet when I make it out there to LA was Walt D. And he was talking about, and saying Skip. I was like, yeah, Skip is that dude or whatever have you. Is a real big reason why, shout out to Mel Kross and Kross TV. Yo, you already know Ace Money talk about it slow. But it's a reason why, it's a real personal reason why I want to reach out to this man and I want to meet this man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to disclose that until after I hopefully get the privilege to meet up with the brother, with the elder. Another person, I'm gonna link up with Kev Mac. I'm gonna do Kev Mac. Me and Kev Mac probably just going, by itself. Skip is going hard with gang prevention. Yeah, man, I really want to get up with Skip, man. You know what I'm saying? Really want to get up with Skip, you know what I'm saying? But what I admire, I'm gonna tell you the things about what I admire about the West, man. What I admire about them is their unity, man. One of the things that stuck out to me more than anything when what they was talking and comparing to us in a positive way was that they never went against their neighborhood. They always, if you came from a neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, he remember the other brother, I forgot his name, he was like, yo, man, just because I'm from the 60s, man, that's the address, man. That shouldn't be a death sentence because of where I'm from, or where I live at, and my address is a death sentence, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, that really was deep to me because over here in New York, we could be from the same neighborhood, we could be from the same block, and at any time it can go up. You know what I'm saying? So I felt that to be real intriguing right there. Like, what makes your community more important? Is it because how other communities form? And there's some things I want to ask them as in retrospect. You know what I'm saying? As an afterthought after what it's things that I wish I could have asked them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm wondering, because over here, people from the same block, from the same building, man. Some people in the same household beef with each other, man. OG Skip said that. All right, good looking, good looking. Yeah, me and K Mac alone. Yo, Rashawn Bourne, what's up, man? Shout out to the whole Santana block in Compton, man. I know who you is, man. Salute. Thank you for all the support and love you keep showing me, brother. Thank you, man. Salute. When I go out to LA, man, you one of the ones that I want to get up with too. You know what I'm saying, Bourne? That's a whole fact, man. I don't discriminate. See, one thing about me, see, one of the another biggest things of the differences is that, okay, no doubt, no doubt. Another one of the biggest differences is that everything is neighborhood based. Everything is based on neighborhood. Where over here, it started in prison, so you can't really base certain things on neighborhood when it's not started out there. So you might have people from the same block or from the same building that could be 4 or 5 different sets. So now it's about, well, which one that's going to be more dominant and prominent to say, well, or can make them all convert, or they going to all continue to rep their respectable brands. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest things that, that's one of the pros and things, yeah. So that's one of the things that we got to sit there and think about and everything, you know what I mean? Those right there is really the pros and cons, because something that started in the street is going to always be more organized and done in a certain way as opposed to something that's done in jail. Because certain ways on how Bloods and Crips move in jail, they don't, in LA, from my understanding, they don't move like that in the street. Based on certain true citizens and everything because of all the race riots and stuff over there. Over here, we don't go. We never went through that. We never really. I mean, we have mafia situations. You know, coming in Italian areas and stuff like that. Whatever have you. Outside of that, we never had. You know, what the West went through. I mean, give it a take. You know what I'm saying? Police and everything like that. You know, in Philly. You know what I'm saying? You know, they had us. You know, dogs, sicking dogs on us or something like that. You know, but I also do know that LAPD would take a blood, beat him up, throw him in the back of a squad car, and drop him off in a Crip neighborhood and scream his hood, hoping that knowing that the Crip, brothers will hear him and go finish off their job, and vice versa. They did the same thing to Crips to in blood neighborhoods, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like it comes a point in time, man, where we're going to continue to keep evolving. We're going to continue to keep evolving, man, because, see, today, well, yesterday I supposed to have my book club. Today I was going to do it after this video. So I was thinking, well, why not just go into it? Because some of the things that I said, it could go right into the meaning of a book, you know what I'm saying, or the book what I was going to read, certain inserts what I was going to read to y'all. This is the book that I'm going to talk about. I might as well just go ahead and go into it. Y'all ready? Y'all see what that said, right? See what that said? Yo, salute to H-Town. You already know, man. Salute to H-Town. But y'all see what I read though, right? See, it's about identifying and knowing who you are as an individual and as a people. What do I mean by that, or what the book mean by that? It means this, right? I think I said this in one of my videos before, right? If you take a rabbit, a baby rabbit, and you just place them amongst a baby wolf, right? And you raise them together, right? You on point a lot. I'm from LA, yeah, no doubt. So you see, I do a lot of research, I do a lot of reading, man, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't like to talk about, let me explain something to you, right? I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna give y'all 7 characteristics of a wise person, you heard? I'm gonna give you 7 characteristics of a wise person. One does not speak on things he don't know. That's the first rule, right? The second one is, one admits when one does not know something, right? Number 3 is, one does not interrupt a person's train of thought or when he's talking, right? 4, one is not hostile to question or answer an individual in a discussion, right? So a person asks you a question, why be mad at the question when you was willing to engage in a conversation? You know what I'm saying? Or why be mad at, or why be answering? So 5 is, one deals with the first things first and the last things last. Know what I'm saying? Boom. 6 is, one is not quick to answer. See, there's a difference between responding and reacting. When you react, you just going off impulse. Killer Kev, slow, king. Love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Boom. But it's another thing to respond. When you respond, that means you sat back and you looked and you played devil's advocate and you look at all possible scenarios of the situation on what it can come out based upon what you do in between that. You know what I'm saying? So you always want to respond and you never react. And the last one always acknowledges the truth. You must always acknowledge when you're wrong. You must always acknowledge, when you falling short or something like that. Man, that's only when you're gonna grow. And then remind you, there's other people that's gonna be in your way. You know what I'm saying? Killer Kev, will you be, somebody said, Killer Kev, will you be my dad? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I mean, for real. Let's think about it, right? But knowing yourself, man, basically what I was coming at was, You have a rabbit that's raised around a wolf, right? They have no understanding or acknowledge that they are a rabbit, right? So they befriend this wolf. When a wolf gets hungry and get ready to eat, he's going to devour the rabbit. You understand what I'm saying? He's going to devour the rabbit, no matter how long he knew the rabbit or whatever the case may be. Does that make the wolf foul? Does that make the... No, that doesn't make the wolf foul, or that doesn't make the rabbit stupid. What it is that, you know, that's a wolf's nature. So when you get hungry, you know, you're gonna feast on rabbits and other things that's naturally a food for you. You understand what I'm saying? So it's important for you to understand who you are as a person, as a people. Because once you understand who you are as a person and as a people, then not only can you identify your role and where you want to succeed as one, but it also helps tell you who your enemies was through history, who your enemies always been, and who never, you know, who's the wolves and who's the wolves, you know, on a human aspect, who's the snakes in the human aspect, and the history gonna tell you. Know thyself, right, is also acknowledging your dominant traits, things that you love, things that you wish to die for, things that is not important to you, things that hold a lot of, you know, thoughts in your head, how you move, acknowledging how you move and everything. Because when you have people that surround you, you got to watch them, because you want to understand what's their dominant characteristics, so you know how to be able to be in the same environment without them, you know, without it being no type of conflicts, you know what I'm saying? Without having any type of conflict or nothing, because then you get to understand who an individual is. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a little scenario on what I mean by that. When you have company in your house, right? You have company in your house. You know, especially me, I'm an alpha male. Whoever who don't know the meaning of an alpha male, you know, alpha male is somebody that just dominant, you know what I'm saying? When my presence is around, you know what I'm saying? You know, people just know basically, all right, dude ain't one of these dudes you could just run over and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna stand up for his, he with all of it, everything, especially when it come down defending and holding his down, you know what I mean? So I'm one of them type of individuals. You're not gonna just walk around, but you're not gonna just be anything, you know what I'm saying, or whatever have you around me. So, nevertheless, yo, man, it's 4:20, man. I'm falling behind on my smoking, so give me a little shot. I gotta light this up right quick before I keep going. Yeah, no doubt. Yo, Dizzy Roth, no doubt, brother. Well, National Weed Day. I found out about that. I said, all right, when I go live, I might as well go live and blow it up and bless the people. You know what I'm saying? On all scales, you know. But knowing thyself, right? If y'all looked at the Sarnetta interview that he interviewed me, and he told me that I told him that I really don't acknowledge myself as a black man, right? Mind you, we speaking about knowing thyself, right? I don't acknowledge myself as a black man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you why, no doubt, Rashard, no doubt. I'm gonna tell you why I don't acknowledge myself really as a black man, right? One of the worst things that happened to us as a people outside of slavery and the things like that, right, was that we was robbed of our language. We was robbed of our language. We was robbed for our language. I want y'all to get that in your head, because that's important, because the way the words we speak will also determine how we view things. You know what I'm saying? The things that we put importance to in our language might be different in another person's language. For example, a yam to us, outside of slang being a chick with a big butt, and some people might say yams with big butts, but outside of that, you know what I'm saying, the vegetable that we eat, whatever, is just that. Whereas for the Aboriginals out in Australia and all that, black people, so-called black people, whatever have you, the Travellanders, yams mean wealth, and you exchange yams when you caught another, caught a woman, or you want to marry a woman, you give them your harvest of yams and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, yams be a lot of things, but language is very important. So with that being said, right, when you look at the word black, right, I had a discussion with Jalil about this. Jalil was one of the people of the New York Three. If you look up the New York Three, it was Jalil, Herman Bell, and somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And they, with the police thing, and they was BLA, Black Liberation Army. You know what I'm saying? Right? And he said, "Yo, Mel, man, you very articulate and everything. Why you always say nigga, 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 nigga? I always keep hearing you saying nigga, 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 nigga. Excuse my language." I told him, I'm saying that because I wanted to bait you in a discussion. He was like, bait me in a discussion about what? I said, you conscious, so why you accepted the terminology black as to define your people when you don't accept the word nigga, right? So he didn't understand what I was coming from with that. So I said, well, that's my point. When you use the word nigga or words that's offensive, you don't have to be educated to understand that that's an offensive tone, right? Especially from the people that are shouting it out and then calling you that. But when you look at black, it don't have the same tone. But if you go into the definition of what black is, it tells you something different. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all what it means and everything, whatever. I'm gonna show y'all, I'm gonna get my dictionary, right? And I'm gonna let the dictionary tell y'all what it means. I'm gonna let the dictionary tell y'all what it means, then I'm gonna break it down, right? I'm gonna tell y'all what the dictionary, because a lot of people don't understand what that word means, and by the people who language it come from, what they mean every time they use that word. Just show y'all, Mel don't cap, I don't cap. I don't cap at all. Look at this. Right? Go to 4, dark in color, a face black with anger. That's how they describe it. Look at 5, saw you as from root, dirty. Number 6, look at number 6, evil, wicked, black deeds. 7, cheerless and depressing, gloomy, black thoughts. 8, marked by anger or sourness, give him a black look. Right? You see what that says? You see what that said? I showed y'all from the book. You know what I'm saying? So, let's think about it. Let's think about it for a second. In the stores, do you ever find a black cake? Would you ever find a black cake? Some brands might say, chocolate cake. Yeah, some might say chocolate or whatever. But some of them will say devil's food. They describe a black cake or a black muffin or something, and they made a whole brand. That's called devil's food, right? And let's look at what white means. I would assume that it would mean the opposite of what black mean, right? This is why I tell y'all that, this is why I tell y'all, you know what I'm saying, I don't identify myself as that, because, that's a way, that's a way right there on how we accepting the term nigga from their way without even recognizing it. Now look at white. Right? One that is white or nearly white. Okay. Fair or generous, decent, not written or printed upon, pure, angelic, pure, angelic. A black cat cross your path, that's bad luck. A white cat cross your path, that's good luck. Black Friday, freaks come out at night. You know what I'm saying? All those is negative inclinations of black, in which they call us gloomy, angered. That's what their definition of black is. So that's their intellectual way of calling us nigger. You understand what I'm saying? A white cake is called angel food. Slavery and all that is still legal in this country. Just look at the 13th Amendment. That's a fact, man. But it's crazy because they got ourselves they call ourselves different people all over this world. Okay, you're a Haitian over here, you're this, you're that, you're that. And they got us sprinkled out and divided on who we is. But look what's going on with the Africans in China. Just recently, Guinea, I believe it is. I don't really know if I really agree with this totality, but they locked up all Chinese in their country. And it's getting crazy because it went from a coronavirus pandemic to now all of a certainly this came from the Africans, or it came from Africa. But Africa has the least cases. From my understanding, Africa has the least cases. You know what I'm saying? They have the least cases of the coronavirus and everything. So why is y'all so focused on testing out vaccinations out there and doing all this other stuff when they not even bothered more than anybody else? One of the reasons being because a lot of people don't travel out there like they travel everywhere else. When the majority of people, when you ask about Africa, yeah, many people might say, yeah, I want to go to Africa, but when they had the opportunity to go, they'll probably go somewhere else before they go to Africa. Because of what we see on TV and what we believe, Africa to be. Because of that. You understand what I'm saying? So now, here it is in China, here it is in China, you got these people in this little region and everything with even the McDonald's, the Chinese McDonald's refused to take black customers, African customers. And now they just randomly jumping and beating African people, beating black people. Like if you can't even, it's not even safe for you to be black in China walking around right now. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I mean by knowing thyself. You know, we gotta stop holding on to the value of, oh, I'm African or I'm African American or I'm this and I'm that, and realize that one day, man, we gonna have to identify ourselves as one, man, and you know, because no matter what race you are, to them, you're black, and because you're black, you know, we always from all over the planet pretty much has been oppressed forever. Like, you know, we gotta start thinking different, man. You know, from the street wave and stuff like that, man. Start owning more things, getting our lands up and everything like that, man. And you know, we gotta just do better for ourselves, man. Cause I can't really say that all of our people represent each other right, man. You know, I seen a lot of justifiable reasons. Like if I wasn't from another race, whatever, I probably wouldn't even fuck with us neither. You know, we got messed up people everywhere. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Even in prison, the things that we subjected to. A lot of people don't even know it. But at the time when Tupac was in Dannemora and Clinton, right before Suge bailed him out, them COs and everything, they was raping the visitors. They was raping our visitors. They was raping our visitors. It should be a hotel right across the street. It was a hotel right across the street from Dannemora, Clinton. Dannemora, Clinton is like right on your border to damn near right there to Canada, right? And let's say your wife and everything or whatever have you stayed in a hotel because they wanted to see you for today and the next day. When your wife is in that hotel room and everything, them dudes is running up in there raping your family. Raping them. Straight like that. Raping them. And Dannemora, if y'all don't know, is like the incest capital of the world, or at least the United States. Every day I left my cell in Attica, in Comstock. I never knew if I was gonna come back in that motherfucker. I never knew for sure whether or not I was gonna come back in that motherfucker. I ain't know whether I was gonna be dead or alive, let alone walking that back up in that cell. You understand what I'm saying? That's how it is, man. You know, certain situations call for certain different things, man. That's why I say it's very important not to forget who you are. No matter how much money you have or none of that, man. Don't forget who you are, man. You know, but at the same time, help make a difference. Don't say, you know, me personally, you know what I'm saying? Oppressor really doesn't has a color neither. Because you have a lot of us that hate ourselves and hate each other. You know what I'm saying? We got to fix that and grow on that. That's what knowing thyself is, man. Knowing thyself is understanding what your weakness is. Understand what your weakness is. Malone, oh, now they talking about somebody else. Understand what your weakness is and understand what your strengths is. Make it work for you. I just reminded y'all again another reason why I don't like talking about prison. So every time I talk about prison, I got to talk from both sides. We have enough enemies, man. But it's like every time we look at ourselves in the mirror, man, For some reason, man, people just don't like what they see in themselves, man. The Dizzy Roth, I just be bouncing back and forth, beloved. But the books that I'm showing y'all right now is the books that I read, and some of these books done changed my life, beloved. This is the second one, and this right there was the survival strategies for Africans in America. That's from the border. That's from the Broader File, Volume 1. That's from Anthony T. Broader. I want to say this, right? A lot of people may not know about it, but a lot of these streets and projects and stuff that we represent, man, and we hold dear to, we are keeping alive the people of our oppressors. What I mean by that, right, is like, all right, yo, I'm from Sheridan Ave, yo, I'm from Sherman Ave, or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? You know, like in my hood, people take pride in them blocks for a long time, and a lot of different other blocks in the world. But those two main blocks right there, I named those because those was generals in a Confederate war. I mean, in the Confederate Army in a war. You know what I'm saying? The Civil War, where the North fought the South. Like also Grant. Grant also he ended up becoming a president and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? But this is a person that fought and gave his life to keep us enslaved. But now we happen to be living on a block that was named after him. You know what I'm saying? And we willing to die for this block, and we go to jail, we screaming this block, we represent these blocks, man. But the reason why they put that block on is to keep his legacy alive. That's why they put his block on. So now that we screaming and everything, we are further just helping them do that. You know what I'm saying? But in Black history and whatever, we don't speak about or teach those that need to know who they need to learn. We don't teach them our Black history. Think about when our parents leave, some of the oldie but goodie songs and everything, they gonna go extinct because we don't pass certain things down. We mock and make fun of, we don't pass things down. You feel what I'm saying? Oh man, salute New York, New York, salute out. How y'all doing, man? Y'all like today's topic? Y'all like today's discussion? Y'all like what I'm talking about? Spitting facts of what? Talk to me. Definitely appreciate y'all, man. Definitely appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, man, the presses, they always got us fucked up, man. It's just so time, you know what I'm saying? We be having our plate so full sometimes. We could be having a good day, but it don't even, you know what I'm saying? We don't even want to smile, you know what I'm saying? We could be having a good day, we don't even want to smile, man. We allowing this shit to steal our joy, man. I know it be tearing me up, man. I know this shit be tearing me up, man. That's why I move the way I move, man. That's why I am the way I am, man, because the things I know. When you know who you are, man, life and everything takes on a different meaning, man. It's funny, man, that when we come out the womb, man, we gotta survive. For everybody else, pretty much, and that's for our Spanish brothers too, man. But we all really one people. You know what I'm saying? It's either just you're either coming from from a dark skin perspective, or you coming from, you know what I'm saying, a Caucasus perspective. You understand what I'm saying? We still no different either. We just speak different languages and take on different cultures and everything. Man. Definitely appreciate y'all. Y'all wanted something else to be touched up on, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We spoke about black. We spoke about the real meaning of black, and now y'all understand the reason why I don't like to identify with that. Because, also coming up, when I was coming up, late 70s, 80s and all that, whatever have you, early 90s and everything like that, man. When you called me black or something like that, I automatically thought you or felt that you was being disrespectful, or like I hated it. I hated it until the late 80s, coming into the 90s with the black pop, a lot of different, we was wearing a lot of African jewelry, African clothes, and, saying stuff like that. And the conscious things started coming about, really, guards really started getting real, famous at that time, whatever have you. So it was like, that started to change too, because that's when we was fed that lie that, the darker the flesh, the deeper the roots. That's not true. Scientifically, that's not true. But the message worked. It got people to feel like, all right, you're not cursed because of your complexion or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But that was real hard. You know what I'm saying? That light skin, dark skin thing was real hard also. Another Willie Lynch that we overcame. Like we gonna overcome all the different things that we going through now, man. You know? Regardless of what, as long as you just be responsible, keep building, doing what you gotta do, man, then gonna take care of that, get somewhere in life, man. Right or wrong. Yeah, that's like when you look at Black Wall. Black Wall. That's where that R&B group Gap Band got their name from, which is Great Orchard and Pine Streets, which was the district in the Black Wall Street in Omaha, Nebraska, where it was really a Black Wall Street. We was running around with Brook Brothers suits. We own churches, we own hospitals, we own stores, you know what I'm saying? We own cleaners, we own newsstands and everything. This was black people, and this was during the Great Depression. So we talking about the 1920s and the 30s and everything like that. And when them people was coming back from the war, barely making it, hungry and everything like that, whatever, they got jealous and started a race war. The police came in, shot up the town. They done dropped a couple of bombs and everything, burnt up the whole fucking city. Why? Because we was successful? What the fuck was we doing for y'all to come and bomb the city? Because we owned our own churches? Because, all right, the same thing happened in Rosewood. Remember the movie Rosewood? That was on a true story, right? The same thing around the same time. The same thing happened in Rosewood. Matter of fact, John Singleton made that movie. Go check that movie out, Rosewood. It's the same thing like the Black Wall Street thing. They did the but the Rosewood, that was more because a lady lied and said that a black dude had whistled at her. So they were just running around trying to catch and kill all the black dudes and everything, black brothers and stuff like that. For lack of a better term, black, you know what I'm talking about, for lack of a better term. But you know, and it was other things, recorded with history because of that. You know what I'm saying? During those times. So again, man, you know, history already tells us. History already tells us. You know what I'm saying? History already tells us, man. That's right. With Ring Rim, that's a whole fact. That's a whole fact, man. Of course, I'm about to be out, homie. Hit the button like for the Santana block. You already know, Slow King. Appreciate you, man. Don't forget to leave me a number too, bro. Anyway, man, I know y'all probably got some things to do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm about to finish blowing it down, man. Yeah, you already know, 100. I'm about to finish blowing down, get something to eat. Sit back and watch a little movie, collect my thoughts and everything, man. But let me tell y'all something, right? As a man, right? As a man, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing, right? The Light Brown, love you too, bro. As a man, right? Don't never go to another man's house, eat his food, sit on his couch, smoke weed with him and drink with him, and then snatch little glances at his wife when he walk by whenever you think you can. That's very dangerous and that can get you hurt. Have some type of restraint, have some type of discipline, have some type of self-respect. Yo, you already know. Yeah, that's whole bitch shit, man. That's whole bitch shit, man. But shit like that happens, you heard? Bro, shit like that happens. Trust me. Miss Playful, I see you. I didn't even know Miss Playful was up in here. You know? But appreciate y'all for tuning in for Kross TV Network. That's Kross with a K. I love y'all. Salute. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Yeah, Miss Playful, you already know love.